Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Explosive Podcast with your hosts, Michael and Patrick.
There's just a dead body in this room.
I think that's what I need to help me lose weight is two things. I think I need COVID, so that way I lose that, and then a tapeworm. I think that'll help me as well.
Not a tapeworm either.
I need a parasite. Like Mike had an emo haircut. Man, Mike was freaking hot, dude. If you ever get to see what Mike looked like with his emo haircut and the hair over on the side, I filled my pants.
Oh my god!
I could have seen Zeus and Thor, and then Michael, and then Loki. You know, they're all standing there, all gods. I can't with you, Mike.
You're committing bestiality.
I just can't with you.
All right, yeah, I think. Alrighty. I think so.
The sad part is I'm wearing the exact same shirt. It's a different shirt. It's the same type of shirt, but it's my undershirt from work. I'm wearing the exact same shirt.
So we'll address that, and then we'll go to Diesel Man. I kind of like that, and I think maybe every week I'll just try to find like little snippets or whatever, and then post in there and just keep doing something stupid every time that we do a podcast thing. I think is what. Because that was kind of fun.
Damn Patrick with his extremist rhetoric.
The thing that cracked me up the most when I first started doing this is when you're going in, it's like there's just a dead body in here. Like I cut out the context of that. That's what I loved so much about that.
Yeah, it'd be like our stream out of context.
I want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Diesel Man has hit 1,000 subs recently, so. I wish
Congratulations to Diesel Man.
I wish I had like a button that I could press that I could make like clapping sounds going on.
Actually, we do. Well, we do.
Yeah, there we go. It's like a golf clap, but hey, it's cool. Diesel Man, congrats on the 1,000 subs. Awesome. He's gonna surpass us, right? He has gained more within the past few weeks than I think we have. He's gonna blow past us. At the end of this year, he's gonna be at 10,000, and we're gonna be like still sitting at like 2,600.
Maybe we just need to go back to making videos.
Probably, or actually, like, I don't know.
Make highlights of our streams.
We need to put more work into it than what we have, but it's hard, man. We've got full-time jobs and full-time lives.
Work makes this very difficult because, I work a 12-hour shift. Patrick works a 12-hour shift. We come home, all we think about is I want dinner, and then I want to go to bed.
That is true.
That's about all the time we have for it. And yeah, we get 3 days off, but like literally my Fridays, I spend it usually grocery shopping, mowing the lawn, doing, because I'm already I'm trying to, go with the momentum that I have at the end of the week, finish off, all the stuff at home I need to do. Then Saturday is usually my chill day.
Yeah.
And then I try to stream Friday nights, but it's been a little bit difficult here lately because I get home after doing everything throughout the day so late.
Yeah,
it's just been difficult for me.
It is. Like I'll come home, I'll get home, Sunday, and I'll try to stream. If we can't do it, I'll try to stream on Sunday to keep that going. And then Mondays, usually I'm mowing, trying to do everything I couldn't do during the week. And I still try to stream on Monday. The only reason I switched to Monday was because on Tuesday, for just to go play with some friends and stuff, I'll go up to that card store and we'll play Magic and stuff like that. And that way I don't feel like I'm stressed and rushed to have to come home. And then Wednesdays usually just finishing stuff up, trying to get things done. It's hectic.
It is. It's very hectic. It's just time consuming and everything else,
To be fair, when I get editing after I get done at work, I have a project already ready to be published, and then the other video gets worked on the same day. Yeah, it's
okay. So maybe what it is, Diesel Man, is you're just a wizard at video editing. We're not. We are not. We are, like, as you can clearly see, we are not the greatest at video editing.
That little snippet that I did at the beginning of this was like a 2-day project, okay? And that's me trying to juggle that, coming back here, trying to find what I liked and trying to do it, as well as Family Man and doing all that stuff. So it's a lot. It really is. I want to
Like
have more
literally,
time.
if we were making good enough money to where we could just pay somebody to be an editor, we would 100% do that. Like we would do that, and then I guarantee you, we would probably get more views off of our stream highlights than we would our actual streams.
Yeah, probably. That's what we can
Especially
do.
when
We'll give Diesel Man a percentage, and we'll just have him edit all of our videos.
I mean, we make like hardly anything right now.
Well, I mean, what is it like? Well, like 10%? It'd be like 30 cents. I mean, that's good, right?
I mean, is it enough? It's probably 30 cents more than what he made yesterday, but I don't know.
Yeah, could be. I will also let you know, because I sent you a video on our group chat, Mike. Yes, I do go to Walmart, and I do see those overhead cameras, and I do flash them. That's usually in those, like, the hygiene aisles and stuff.
Yeah.
I figure if they're going to be watching me, the thing actually, what I think is, like, the guy that actually might go back and check the cameras, the surprise look on his face when he sees that, hey, there's that guy again that flashed me the last week.
I'm more thinking of, like, you know, you're like sitting there and you're like, oh, if you're gonna just film me while I'm shopping here, I'll give you a show.
Yeah, exactly. I do that too. I'll tell you. The company kitchen in there at the main one.
You don't do that at work.
Not the flashing part, but I will make stupid faces, or I'll make like weird gestures if I'm by myself, like swinging my body and stuff in weird ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna flash while I'm at work.
New goal, go to every Walmart in America and flash them.
I mean, what are they gonna do? You know?
Eventually, what'll happen is you're gonna end up on that Facebook group where they're like, if you have seen this person, please let them know that they are banned from Walmart.
Oh, wouldn't that be something if I get banned? Maybe I should go in there every day and like hold up a sign for three-way plays or something and just try to plug us every time I go shopping.
Advertise for us.
Like I lift up my shirt and it's just three-way plays, and I incorporate the nipples into the words.
Of course you would. Of course, it's always got to be the pat nips. Always got to be the pat nips.
Always. They're so soft and tender.
Oh my god! I didn't want to know that.
Oh my
No
gosh.
one's sucking on your nips anytime soon.
I would hope not. That's disgusting. All right, Mike. What? Now I know you like dogs and stuff like that, so we're not talking about them.
Yes.
What would be, if you could pick, or if you had to pick, an exotic animal as a pet? What would be your exotic?
A Savannah cat.
Not bad. Those are big cats, aren't they?
They are huge cats, but they are. If you can train them just right, they are super sweet and cuddly. Like they will like cuddle you, like literally cuddle you straight up.
African mud.
I don't know what that is.
I'm scared to ask. I feel like I just said something that's going to get us banned.
Man, it would be a Savannah cat or one of those Bengal cats.
Oh, one of the big ones. Not like a lynx or anything like that, or
Lynx are too iffy because they can revert back to like their animalistic instincts and become very flighty creatures, to where you could just open your door to just go to the store and it out the door goes and you never get it back.
That's true.
And then on top of that, people misinterpret because their way they communicate with anything is by a hiss, and people misinterpret that a lot. So it's like you could have a visitor over and they meet the cat or they meet the lynx and the thing just hisses at them and they're gonna like, that thing hates me. And then you gotta sit there and explain, no, this is just how it communicates, period.
It's a
this
loving
is what it
hiss.
does. Yeah, like I'm like, if those ears are backwards, oh yeah, you're in big trouble. But if its ears are pointed upward, it's hissing at you. It's literally just greeting you. But then it's like, you know, like literally a Savannah cat is the easiest one out of that group of three.
I think any kind of cat, like as long as it's a loving version of it, would be great. I mean, I could just imagine trying to sleep with the thing in bed and it's like sleeping underneath the blankets with me.
What do you want? You want a lion cub?
I mean, you know, if it was going to be nice and not try to eat my face off,
I mean, it might be nice to you while it's still a cub. But the moment that thing grows up.
I've seen those videos where like they'll raise them from a cub and then they'll go away and then come back and the lion's like, happy to see him, or the tiger's happy to see him. But I would still be afraid, because even that what was that group in Las Vegas? They always wore white or something. They always did stuff with tigers, and like the one got ate by one.
Are you talking about King Tiger or whatever his name is?
Not Tiger King.
Not or Tiger King, yeah.
No, it was an old group of like two guys. They always used white tigers. And Siegfried and Roy, I think.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Anyway, something happened. They always used tigers in their shows, and at one point, one of the tigers went haywire and killed one of them. I think during the show.
I mean, with wild animals, you're going to get that. Like, even if you raise them from birth, they still have that, that complete wild instinct in them that you can't get that away from them, no matter how much work you put into the animal.
True.
And it's just because that's just how nature works. Like, for instance, we have domesticated animals, right? We have domesticated cats and domesticated dogs. Given to their own devices for them to fend for themselves and get their own food, they will revert back to how their wild counterparts are. So, like a cat, for example, they're more likely to do it because it's easier for them to hunt compared to a dog.
Right.
But like you get the cats. What do cats do? They find your mice in your house, right? They go hunting for the mice. But how many times do you find that the cat has ate the mouse?
Yeah.
Most of the time it does what? What does it do? It kills it and brings it back to you? That's because the cat is like, oh, I don't need to eat this. I'm being fed. But it hunted this thing down and it was like, I want to feed my master. So they're bringing you the food because they think you need to eat the food. And
honestly,
if
I was homeless, I probably would have a cat because maybe he could go hunt something. He could come back with a hot dog.
He'll get you a bird.
I mean, if you're hungry, a little chicken wing.
Yeah,
but
I mean, in any case, though, I had a cat. Okay, so I had a cat. He hunt mice, but he would eat them. He would actually eat them. Even though we fed him cat food, he would actually eat them. If he hunted down a mouse, he would eat the thing where he killed it. And I remember there were several times the distinct crunch that a cat makes when it's biting into a mouse skull is something you'll never forget. It's rough. It's like seriously like the loudest crunch you could think of. Yeah, it's not pleasant. But it shocked me to watch him. He ate the thing whole. The only thing he did not eat was the tail. He left the tail. He ate the whole thing.
It was like, ew, tail.
Yeah. But then the other cats that we had, as soon as they would find a mouse, they left it on the doorstep. Even though they were outside cats. They kill a mouse, they leave it on our doorstep.
Sometimes cats will do that to show you, like, hey, I'm doing my job. Kind of thing, because our cats will do that. Like, if we get a mouse in the house, they'll kill it and they'll leave it somewhere. We'll see it. They won't eat it. They'll kill it and leave it there on the floor for us so we can see it because they're showing us, like, hey, we did a good job. Kind of thing like that.
Well, that's the weird part too, though, with the cats that we had. They were all outdoor cats, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they were catching these mice outside and then leaving them on our doorstep. we still had mice in the house.
Welcome back, Diesel Man.
We still had mice in the house, but they were catching all the mice outside and then bringing them to our doorstep. It's like, you're yeah, you're doing your job outside where the mice are expected to be. We've got mice inside. That was one thing too that this is something that me and Justin had a discussion about. He never knew what it was like to have a mouse in your house until we got these apartments on the edge of town.
Uh-huh.
And also, the apartments also in the middle of town. So in the slums. And he was like, he grew up in a house, he never had mice in it. So the first time he ever saw a mouse in the house, it freaked him out, grossed him out super bad, where he literally was like, I want to kill this thing, and then I want to deep clean the whole house or the whole apartment. And I just looked at him and was like, as long as you don't see any mouse poop, you're fine.
Yeah, it's kind of common when you're out in the country.
Exactly. And I grew up in these houses. So like every fall, it was actually every spring and every fall is when we would get mice. And it was because they're planting and they're harvesting. They all live in the fields around us. And then the moment that they, the ground gets plowed and seeded, or they harvest, they all come to us. And then they find food because, we have food.
Yeah.
So always during these two periods is when we always had to be thorough about like checking every drawer, making sure there's no mice poop in the drawers. There's no mice poop on our dishes. And I can tell you many times that we've had to clean a whole kitchen because, well, my stepmom found one mouse poop.
Hey, I get it, but it's the same thing like where we live at. We'll get them every now and then. I'll never live again without having a cat or two. They will, once they hear a sound in the kitchen or somewhere, they will stay in that area staring until like they find it. We got one cat. Yeah, she'll open up the cabinets and walk through the cabinets to do a patrol.
Now, Bentley does that too, but Bentley will hunt down a mouse, but like he's very big on protecting his house from intruders. So it doesn't matter what it is. It could be I've seen him. He killed a yellow jacket a couple weeks ago. It got in through my door and it was buzzing around, and it happened to get just low enough for him to chomp at it, and so he chomped at it and killed it. Then the next day I come home, there's a dead spider that he had killed in the middle of my floor. And I could tell he had killed it because it was like Paul printed smash to the floor. The only time he ever really went chasing for mice, the mouse outwitted him. But he was chasing it. He was trying to get to that mouse. He wanted that mouse.
Yeah,
he's literally a dog, but he's a cat.
Hey, he's protected, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'd rather have to deal with mice during the winter time or fall time than spiders. I don't like seeing the big wolf spiders crawling across the floor. You're just sitting there watching TV at night, and all of a sudden, or like
me this morning, taking a shower, and there's just this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I told Patrick this story earlier, but Diesel man, this spider was about that big. Like, no joke, it was about that big. And it was a big old wolf spider. And it was just taking a shower with me. So, like, I hopped out of the shower real quick, grabbed my... it finally caught onto the water that was coming out of my shower head and drowned itself into my my drain. But that was the largest wolf spider I think I've seen in years. Like, it was huge. But and then on top, another funny thing, Patrick, too, is it's for the past week and a half. I've got a little spider. I think it's a common house. I don't know what kind of spider it is on. It looks like a house spider, but it's a pretty big spider, and it lives in in my truck bed. And every time it rains, the web gets destroyed. It makes a new web the next morning.
Don't know why wolf spiders love to get stuck in bathtubs. I think they just fall in. Yeah.
No, for drinking. Wolf spiders are attracted to water, so they like being in wet places. Wolf spiders they're one of the rare spiders that can walk on water. I'm pretty sure about that.
Spiders. There's no, we talked about this before. There's no reason for insects. Like, there's no spiders, any of that stuff. There's no reason for it. There is not a single reason, and I don't care. Somebody come up with a good reason for an insect, and I will combat that idea. There's just like at Star Wars, the Empire was actually good and the Jedi were bad. You come up with something, and I will combat that idea.
The Empire was good and the Jedi was bad?
Yes, they were. The Jedi were horrible people, and the Empire was just trying to live.
Okay, just because Anakin killed all those kids, the only reason why he got access to those kids was because he was a Jedi, does not mean the Jedi were bad. It means Anakin was corrupt.
Are we? You want to go down this rabbit hole? Do you want to go down this rabbit hole, Mike?
Well, firstly, hey Dan, if you want to look,
Hey Dan.
I've got the Uncrustable here in honor of Justin.
God rest his soul.
I will eat that at some point tonight.
At least one of them. He'll have plenty of them.
I stand with the Jedi being bad because they have all the power and hid it from the people.
Okay,
I mean,
that is one subject. They had all kinds of knowledge, and they locked it away, even from some of their own Jedi. They locked knowledge away from everybody. They hoarded it themselves.
well, okay, so the knowledge that they hid away was the bad side, because they don't want people to. The whole point of the Jedi is they do not want people to tap into the dark side of the Force, because look what happens when people tap into the dark side of the Force.
So are you saying that they were banning most normal people from subjects? Like when people try to ban books?
It's hard. It's hard to gauge that, because so they all talk about, like, you know, the balance in the Force, right? They always talk about, like, you know, it always has to be the same number of Jedi and Sith.
Right.
Well, the problem is, though, the Sith side is so powerful that they don't need that many Sith lords to balance it out. On the Jedi side, however, because it's weaker, you know, it's overall it's weaker. The light side of the Force is weaker. Yes. So they can have more Jedis versus Sith, but 2 Sith lords is equivalent to like an army, like a platoon of Jedi.
Is it
masters.
that? Is it that? Or is it because the Jedis that were there refused to actually teach the Jedi Padawans how to become powerful? Or were they too busy teaching them?
The point of the point of the light side of the Force is not to be just powerful. It's not. It's never been the point. Like it literally, if you would know more if you were like.
They defended. They have to, just like with karate. They teach you that karate is not for aggression; it's for defense. But you still need.
And most of the light side of the Force, their powers are defensive.
Hi, Alexander, and say hi to girlfriend. I can't read it because it's underneath the icon. Lee. I'll just go with Lia. I can't see with the rest of it. Liam.
It's Leah.
Oh,
it's
Leah. Leah. Okay.
It's just literally Leah.
Okay.
It's the same thing as. Hello, Alex. His girlfriend Leah.
Hey, if you're hanging out with Alex, if you're hanging out with him, good, because he's an awesome dude, man.
We can vouch for him 100%.
Okay, all right. So let's start down this rabbit hole of Star Wars, okay? Because if we're gonna do this, Mike, screw you. That's all I gotta say. The point of the Force is to keep people safe, and the Jedi usually refuse to intervene in normal people's conflicts, I think. He can...
Oh, my God. What the We didn't want that information.
I can't see the word after he. Something on me. So I have no idea. I'm going to assume it's something nice.
Patrick, what do you do when you're done having sexy time with your wife?
Eat Cheetos?
No, it's a certain.
I get it, Mike. It's skate, motherfucker. Okay.
Anyways,
all right. Jedi are manipulative. Here's my first example. Okay. Obi-Wan and Luke were in the speeder on episode 4, and they're going to the cantina, right? They get stopped by the Imperial soldiers, right? That are like, show us papers or whatever. And the Jedi's like, you don't need to see my papers.
Yeah.
Can you see anything wrong with that?
Okay, so if you want to talk on that, that is a matter of life or death for them, because they would be it was going to be discovered that was Ben Kenobi. Okay. What would happen? They would try to kill them, and which is what happened. Because did you forget when they literally when they go get on the Millennium Falcon, they come after them and try to kill them?
Yeah, exactly. And I'll get to that. Okay, so Obi-Wan is like, you do not need to see blah, 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 whatever. These are not the droids you're looking for. Mind manipulation. He is manipulating people. These two that are standing there are just probably, even though they're clones or whatever, normal Joes that are doing their job. You know what else this sounds like? How about a police checkpoint where you're driving through and they're looking for drunk drivers? Okay? Now think about this. What happened in the cantina? They got in there, something happened, and somebody got their arm cut off. To me, if you reverse this all the way around, those two were trying to do their job, got lied to, so they allowed them in, and then somebody got injured, probably even died, because these two Jedi that are supposed to be nice and good ended up causing a conflict. It doesn't matter how it happened. It doesn't matter that Luke ignored the guy because he didn't know what he was talking to. If they weren't there, that would have never happened. Okay? And who's Han Solo? He is a smuggler. What do we do with smugglers at the border? We don't let them into our country because it's illegal.
Well,
So
they still get in anyway.
It doesn't matter. So you have Han Solo, which is a known smuggler who is illegal. He is a enemy of the state with two, at this point, rebels.
But he's neutral. He's neutral.
It doesn't matter. He is doing something that is illegal. That's why he's a smuggler, right? So you have three people now. You have two people that are not supposed to be in the cantina, and you have a smuggler that is also in the cantina that shoots first, mind you, and then they go take off in the Millennium Falcon because now they're leaving.
You also forget that was Jabba the Hutt's cantina, and at the time, Han Solo was doing work for Jabba because he owed Jabba money. So technically Han was there because Jabba was allowing him to be there.
All right, hold on. We'll pause. I was to read chat. He gave her the flowers, kinda. What? Oh, I get it. I did not put that in the chat. Whether life or death, it'd be a definition of manipulation, though. Patrick reminds me of the characters from Spaceballs. Right to ludicrous speed. Okay. So anyway, regardless who owned it, regardless of whatever, right? They still, that conflict would have not happened had they not been there. There probably at least were two people that died in that cantina that would have not died if they weren't there.
You talking about Greedo? The one that approached. So there's a lot to do with that one too. So you have not Greedo, my bad. So the guy that
we love you, Alex.
I'm thinking about y'all after the streams are over.
God,
Alex, we missed seeing you around. We've always wondered where you're at and what you've been doing and if you're all right.
I just want to hold you down and just raspberry your stomach.
But anyways, back to that other. So here's the other thing though too is that guy that Han Solo killed in the cantina. Okay. Also, a fellow bounty hunter.
Okay.
Who was paid a bounty to get Han. Okay.
Okay.
And also, he viewed Han as direct competition. So he was like, okay, I could take Han in, make money for myself, take out my direct competition. Han was in fight or flight mode. That's why he shot and killed the guy, because he was probably either going to be a dead man and, that guy still get paid, and then he still ended up, taking out his competition, or he'd be captured, and worse if you're captured.
Let's look a little deeper into this, okay? Han Solo had no hesitation firing that gun, nor did he show any form of remorse throughout any part of the series ever about doing that. That tells me he's done it before.
Right.
And a lot. Because if you're going to pull the trigger and just
Star Wars is literally the Wild Wild West.
Okay. But so you're doing, basically it's anarchy at that point, right? Okay. So still though, if you look at the Imperial, you got to look at the Imperials like they're America. How's that? Okay. And I'll get to that in a second. What's the next thing that happened that was bad? Can you remember kind of what Darth Vader did? Darth Vader and the Death Star. What was the next big bad thing that they did?
Oh, they blew up a planet.
Yeah. Horrible, right? Who was the planet full of? What planet was it? It was a rebel base.
It was Princess Leia's home planet, actually.
She was a rebel, and she housed rebels, and that was a rebel base. What have the rebels been doing the entire time? They have been attacking the Empire. Okay? I remember back in, let's say the 40s, when we got bombarded in Hawaii, what'd we do? We nuked the place to show them, stop messing with us.
Okay, Patrick, I gotta let you know about something. Okay.
Okay.
So the rebel, you say, so the rebels are the bad guy and the Imperials are the good guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the problem with this logic. Okay, do you forget Order 66? Do you forget Palpatine when he basically created the Empire?
We can
Order
get in.
66.
We'll get into
Okay.
Order 66. I've got no problem going to Order 66 either. I've got a place for that one too.
See, okay, now granted, I know you're going to use the whole spiel about it's like, so the good guys at the time, or the quote unquote good guys at the time, were destroying any like evil sects that they could find. Like, anything that, like, anything from bounty hunters to whatever they considered was evil, they hunted down. They were also looking for Sith Lords to execute them. Okay. So, so you could add all that too. You could all put all that in there. Oh, this is what they were doing. They were trying to prevent, a terrible outlook for the world in terms of like,
But what?
Like the dark side of the Force rising, basically, is what they were trying to prevent.
What terrible outlook. Like, okay, so the thing is all of the people that are in the Empire, okay? All of those people, even when you get down to the Sith Lord, okay? Now, I'm going to say that in any good civilization, any good thing, you got cops, you got everything. There are a few bad eggs, whatever, apples, whatever you want to call it, right? There are a few people that cause problems that make everything else look bad. But when you look at the Empire as a whole, they didn't go after just your everyday Joe Schmo people that had nothing to do with the Resistance. The people that they went after were the people that harbored the Resistance, that held them, that saved them, that protected them. Those are the people they went after. If we had terrorists come over and I'm like, stay in my house, guys. Okay.
Should I remind you that the Empire would seek out planets with resources and enslave that planet's population and steal their resources? Should I remind you of that?
Sounds familiar.
That's what they did. So like the Empire literally enslaved whole planets and stole all their resources. So so
didn't Jedis take children at really young ages so they could teach them the ways of the Force?
Only the ones that that showed signs that they could use the Force.
So what child do you think of 6 or 5 would be like, yeah, let me leave my parents and go train as a Jedi?
So the thing with that, okay. You gotta look at it this way, Patrick. Think about it this way. You're 5 or 6 years old, okay? You're 5 or 6 years old. You discover you could tap into this power that you're like, oh, what is this? You don't know how to control it. You honestly can't control it. Your emotions and your urges can result in outcomes, okay? You could throw a fit and pop your mom's head straight off her body.
Yeah, probably.
With that Force power, okay? The whole, literally, if you think about it, they were taking these children away from their parents. Honestly, it was probably to save the parents from death on accident, because I think there was talk, I don't remember. I want to say, I forget. I don't remember if this is in one of the movies, but there was one where they took in a child that accidentally murdered his parents from the powers of the Force, and they found he was orphaned, and of course he was outcast by his village because he murdered his parents. But it was accidental murder. He did not mean to do it because he had Force powers and he couldn't control them. So the Jedis took him in and trained him the good side of the Force. And like I know. Oh, they're the whole argument. They're taking. Oh, they're not training them everything about the Force. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, Patrick, think of human nature.
I do.
If you knew about a dark side of the Force that is incredibly powerful, that you could tap into it but lose control of your mind, and you could end up using it for evil, would you tap into it willingly? Because I think you would.
Okay, so we'll use that. So let's say that the kids, they have no direction in life because they're young, right? And these Jedis will seek them out to save them and teach them.
They don't really seek them; they can sense them. Like,
Okay.
you remember, they got all of them can sense the power of the Force, like good or bad.
Let
It
me
doesn't
ask
matter.
you
They can
something
sense it.
with this, though. Do they tell those kids, hey, if you don't want to hurt anybody, we're going to put you in this place alone or with other people like you, and you can live out your days? Or do they tell them, we're going to train you how to be a Jedi and harness this stuff for good? These kids don't have a choice of what they're going to do. It's not like they're taking them away. No,
Yeah,
Dan, no.
Patrick sees that. No. Well, like, hear me out here, okay? Hear me out here.
I'm hearing.
Okay?
I'm hearing.
So, if they have problems, like this was also shown, like Luke tried to teach Kylo Ren the ways of the good side of the Force. He rejected them. At that point, he just let him go. He went to the side of the Sith.
He didn't let him go. Luke converted him to the Sith. Do you remember what happened?
He converted him to the Sith.
Yeah, he forced it upon him because Luke tried to kill him. I believe.
Oh, that's right.
I believe that if Luke, see, that's the thing, is Luke was like, well, he's not going to be good, so I'm going to kill him so he doesn't become bad. I've seen something in him. But the thing is Qui-Gon saw something good in Anakin. Yeah, true, he turned out to be Darth Vader. But the reason why he turned out to be Darth Vader is because of the Jedi. I'll explain that in a little bit. But Kylo probably maybe with better teachings, instead of just being like, I'm going to kill you instead of pass you on to people that might be able to help you, because at that time, Luke was still with some form of the Order.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, he's driving home. I'll watch. All right, all right, Alexander, have a good one.
Yeah, be careful.
So if it wasn't for Luke trying to kill Kylo probably wouldn't have turned out that way. Because you got to realize that Kylo at that point was probably a hormonal teenager. He didn't know what the hell was going on. So then he sees
Anakin.
Luke was basically a father figure to this guy, and Kylo's laying in bed trying to sleep, and all of a sudden he's got this lightsaber over his face. That's got to turn. I don't care who you are. If you woke up tomorrow, if you were a kid, Mike, and you woke up and the only father figure you had a gun pointed to your head, that's going to make you seriously question the things that he's teaching you and question everything else about it. Instead of him being like, you know what, I'm not able to help you, I'm going to find somebody that can. It seems like Luke was trying to take the easy way out. So, to me, that's how Kylo was built.
That's the thing, though. If Luke couldn't help him, no one could.
But the thing is you don't give up. Like on children, like my kids or other people's kids, you don't tend to just give up on them just because they're not learning how to clean the fishbowl. Okay? Your chat's not working, all right, now, apparently.
Try refreshing it.
We can see you, Diesel. You're talking. We might not get to it. It might just be, because, Mike's got me in a heated debate.
I'm eating Uncrustables, so
That's
fuck
fine. But going back to Anakin, okay? 1, Anakin was doing good, but he had a horrible teacher. Obi-Wan was horrible to him. He had him under his thumb like crazy. Anakin could not be who he wanted to be because he was constantly being told, don't do that. Can't do that. Stop doing that. Okay,
You know why? Okay, the reason for that is because of the anguish that Obi-Wan went through with Qui-Gon.
Okay, so he shouldn't have been putting that onto him. I get it that Obi-Wan maybe made a mistake doing that. But then they would not make him master. He was working up to try to become master, and technically he could have. They were probably afraid of him, honestly, to become master. So they didn't want to make him master. Then you have another guy that's standing over here on the side. It's like, you know what? I can do so much for you. Okay, it kind of sounds like two jobs where it's
But
like
he also lied.
lied about what?
Palpatine also lied to Anakin.
How?
He told him that if he gave in to the dark side of the Force, he could save Padme.
Okay.
And then he killed Padme. Or, truthfully, what happened is
We're gonna get to this.
truthfully, what happened is Padme more died from a broken heart more than anything else because she felt betrayed by Anakin.
Yeah.
And she felt like the only purpose she had in life was to give birth to Luke and Leia, and after that she just let herself go.
The thing is, is Obi-Wan knew the conflict that was going inside Anakin. Okay? He knew the problem. He knew that there was conflict. He knew there was trouble. What did he do? Well, mobiles. F you, I got the stream. I'm too good. What? It's not like it's hard to get in here.
I think he just got here just in time is what he's getting at.
So, okay. So again, he knew the conflict that was going on in Anakin. What did Obi-Wan do? I'm going to bring the one you love to you. I know there's something going on inside you that you may not be able to control. And
because at that point he was done with Obi-Wan. So the only person that could get through to him was Padme. That was it.
But the thing is Obi-Wan knew the conflict that was going on inside him. That was the final straw. The fact that he thought that Padme died is what finished his transition. Because he thought that if Obi-Wan did not bring Padme there and would have left it alone, Padme would have still been alive. Anakin may have still had some conflict in him, but he wouldn't have been Darth Vader. They wouldn't have. Because they would not have fought. He would not have been burnt half to death wearing that suit, and that suit was built to constantly keep him pissed and keep him with problems, so he's constantly agitated. None of that would have happened if Obi-Wan did not bring Padme. If Obi-Wan would have stayed away from that planet, none of that would have happened. So it was because of Obi-Wan bringing Padme, doing all that stuff, having that conflict, telling him all that crap, is what caused Anakin to actually turn his last leaf over. But everything that the Jedi was doing to him was causing him...
I actually read a thing the other day about the suit that Darth Vader wore. So when you describe everything about it, you know who was the person that commissioned that type of suit being built?
I think
there was others. It was Palpatine. Yeah. He commissioned that suit to be made for him.
Patrick's genuinely pissed about this.
Here's the set. Okay, so here's the thing about that suit. There were better suits available for Darth Vader to use. Like there was literally better technology and everything. Palpatine. The theory is Palpatine purposefully chose that type of suit for him to wear that was terrible for him, always agitated, always angry, because he wanted him to stay angry, because he knew, because look what happened at the end of Return of the Jedi. As soon as he let go of his anger and everything, he became at peace and turned on Palpatine.
Yeah.
So Palpatine knew that Vader would turn on him eventually. Like, he always knew that Vader would do it. Mainly because even though, yes, he loved Padme very much so, but more than that, he's going to love, his children. So he needed him to stay angry and hateful, or he was going to change.
Depending on what the Ewok look like, it is quite possible I might smash and not pass. Okay, but that just strengthens my opinion anyway, because once he was able to release that hate and he was able to kind of go back to being Anakin, if it wasn't for everything that led him to him, you got to know that, like I said, if you have two jobs, the one you're working at, he's like, I'm not going to pay you any more than $12 an hour. I don't think you're worth it, which is basically the Jedi saying you're not going to get the rank of master. And you have another job saying, I'm going to pay you $22 an hour.
Also, another thing that you forgot, Padme came, right? She was there and everything. Obi-Wan told her not to come. She stowed away and escaped on that thing. That's why,
Obi-Wan he was one with the Force. He would have known there was another life form there.
No, not if they don't house the Force, he's not going to know.
I don't know. It's he did not need to come there because he was coming there to end it, and she might have stowed away, but he still brought her at that point.
No, like the whole point. No, Obi-Wan's mission was to bring Anakin back. She begged him to bring Anakin back. He's like, I will go bring Anakin back. That's why he went there. She stowed away. Or, no, wait. No, she showed up on a different ship. She showed up on a different ship. Okay? And not with Obi-Wan. And that's why Obi-Wan was shocked to see her. And he was like, I told you not to do this. Like, he told her not to come. He's like, I will take care of it. Don't come. She came, put him in the situation. Anakin lost his mind and killed her.
But it also goes back to the thing where if Dad is pissed out in the garage working, and the mom's like, you guys stay here, I'm going to go talk to him, and then the kids happen to follow, just leave the dad alone. He'll work it out.
Yeah, but if the dad can't control himself, that's the fault of the father. That's not the fault of the child. Well, the child's genuinely Padme was genuinely concerned for Anakin. Anakin lost control. All right,
he did.
Anakin, like literally, and you want to sit here and say, oh, it's Obi-Wan's fault why he lost control. Obi-Wan did not tell him to use the Force on Padme and pretty much kill her.
No. But all the stuff leading up to as he was being trained by Obi-Wan, all of this being pressed down. Anakin was pretty much the strongest with the Force, period, other than maybe Yoda.
I'm gonna say something else too that'll fucking blow your mind. All right, you know what it is?
Yeah, what?
Okay, Anakin's fucking stupid. Okay, literally. The dude is fucking stupid. He has no common sense. He doesn't sit and think rationally. He does not sit and think logically. He thinks with his dick, and he thinks with his fucking emotions. That's what led to his downfall.
I will give you that.
Obi-Wan saw all that and was trying to be like, you need to have better control of your emotions. Oh, you need to put your dick back in your pants. But he didn't listen. So he was like, okay, what do I do now?
I think Qui-Gon would have been able to train him a lot better because I feel like Obi-Wan was not able to train him how he needed to be trained.
Qui-Gon would have cut his dick off.
Probably. And it probably would have solved a lot of problems. It would have probably solved a lot of issues. But it's just R2D2 even better.
Smash or pass R2D2. Okay. Have even better smash or pass Jar Jar Binks.
R2D2's probably got a lot of holes and a lot of things that he can do with those holes. So I'll probably smash on R2D2. Jar Jar Binks. That dude is amphibian.
He's probably got a built. R2D2's probably got a built-in fleshlight. Like,
I'm gonna pass out, Mike. I'm getting lightheaded.
That's gonna be the start of the next one, isn't it? That's gonna be the very first clip.
Yes, it is, Mike. Yes, it is. Okay. What are we at here? 58 minutes. Good. Okay, I have seen fleshlights that look like R2D2. I've never seen R2D2 with a fleshlight.
I'm telling you, man. This is like way off in the. Well, actually, no, wait. It's long ago in a galaxy far away. Never mind. I was thinking futuristic.
Speaking of Jar Jar Binks, he was a Sith Lord, by the way.
Oh God.
Yep.
What makes you think that?
Actually, Jar Jar Binks was probably the more powerful than Palpatine.
Is it because he literally gave that speech in the Senate? Is that why?
No, I don't remember everything, but the highlight points are like when he's fighting the droid army because he's like in there like, I don't know what to do. Every attack, every little thing that he does is a perfect spot-on attack. When he crawls up and knocks all those balls down, whatever those things are called, they go straight for tanks. When he's got that thing attached to that droid attached to his leg and he's sitting there jumping over, bouncing, it's shooting perfectly at the other droids.
Patrick, he's comedic relief.
No. I think honestly, I swear, I would put money on that he was a Sith Lord and George Lucas just cut out some parts. Because there are times that you'll see him kind of like when he's talking, he'll kind of move his hands like he's doing like a Jedi thing. And he became like, what Chancellor or something behind it. He worked his way up through the Senate and all that stuff. I bet you.
Yeah, but after Clone Wars, you never see him again.
You don't need to.
Actually, no, wait. He's in a cameo in Episode 3, and it was just to comfort Padme and basically say, and he says, Annie will return.
Oh, yeah, they want to know about the mason jars, Mike. I had to tell them
Mason
all
jars.
about it. Yeah, I had to tell them all about it.
Mason jars.
Yeah, the mason jars that you harbor, that you've never flushed a single turd down. You just store them all in mason jars.
Huh?
Okay, so there's this huge thing. Like I don't remember where it started, like on Discord or not, but a huge thing about how you've never actually taken a shit. You've just kept them all in mason jars and you got them on shelves. So that's why he was asking. Tell us about the jars.
I've never heard this in my entire life.
The crap that comes out of my mouth when I'm doing my Elden Ring streams is it's ridiculous.
What are you on about?
Yeah, it was in Discord where I made a comment. Let me see. Let's see if I can find it. Or can you guys pull it up? Yeah, I talk so much trash, man. I'm surprised you guys don't see half of it. Let's see. Where is it at? I might not be able to find it. It might be too far back. But yeah, I talk a lot of trash.
Where's Pacheco? Why is he not on the field, you fucking inbred idiots?
Oh, yeah, I was going in. Says, all right, time to identify Michael for all he is. And I wrote, number 1 was a pervert. Number 2 is a racist. That was just all kinds of stuff that I was going down. It's something about you eat from your zipper. And then, and lastly, he freezes his goo and he eats it like a popsicle. Somewhere in there. Oh, there it is. It's sometimes, no, it's also Michael has saved every shit he's ever taken and keeps them in mason jars in his closet. He's afraid someone will steal it and clone him. I told you, I talk like every now and then I'll get on Discord and I'll just talk smack.
Sure sounds like it.
Smash your Patrick's dad's knuckles.
I've never seen Patrick's knuckles, so I can't make that.
Justin likes my dad's knuckles for some reason. He saw him and it was just instant.
Mike, would you ever make moonshine with your mason jars? I don't know how to make moonshine.
When Patrick sent that stuff, I was getting trauma dumped on. Yeah, that probably didn't help Bubbles either. All right, I think we got really off track because you wanted to like go on to this whole Star Wars kind of thing. So I've got more. I'm not going to go into it, but I've got a bunch more. Who's your favorite actor?
Oh no, I don't really have one right now.
You don't have one right now?
No, like as you get older in life, you know, you have people that you as you appreciated when you were younger. You're like, yeah, they were good actors, blah 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 blah. And then when you get older and you learn about their personal lives, you're like, I don't like this person anymore.
I can see that because I think there's been a couple people that's like that. Okay, childhood actor. Who is your go-to childhood actor? And this can be like when you were 12, 13, 14, whatever.
I mean, I was a big fan of Robert Downey Jr. and like I would watch just about any movie he was in. And Bruce Willis was another one.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, I really love Die Hard. Die Hard's like one of my favorite movie series of all time.
Oh, God, you're going to bring this up, aren't you?
What?
The whole Christmas movie?
No.
Yeah.
The debate got settled when I asked my dad. I asked him as a joke. I was like, Dad, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? He just said, he looked at me and said, yes. And
Okay.
my stepmom was just like, no, it is not. He's like, it takes place during Christmas. They're celebrating Christmas. It's a Christmas movie.
There's Christmas music in it.
There is Christmas music in it.
Yep.
He sings a Christmas carol at one point.
Yeah, he even writes "ho ho ho" on that guy's shirt, and he's
Yeah, and they were supposed to have a Santa Claus show up too.
yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious when he said that. By the way,
I think back in the day when I was younger, Arnold Schwarzenegger was probably my go-to kind of guy. Now it's Keanu Reeves. Hey, Jay.
I think war in space will not happen. Universe is too big for everything. Well, we don't even know if there's life outside of the Earth. We don't know anything.
I'm not taking what happened not too long ago where they did the big reveal. I'm not taking that with any kind of...
I took that with a hugest grain of salt.
Yeah,
like there's just no, because number one, there's a reason why like all the departments that he supposedly used to work for, we're trying to discredit him. And then on top of that, if like he had all this evidence or whatever and released it, he never released the physical evidence. He just talked about it. And then he's like, we have recordings of this. We have photos of this. It's like, okay, can you supply them? Well, no. It's like, oh, well, then you're not helping your cause. Like, I can't believe you if you're going to sit there and tell me that this happened, but then you can't supply the proof. It should be that simple. But he's like, well, I don't have access to the proof. Well,
Yeah,
why not? Oh, because you're fucking fired.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be... Like, I think once the time happens that we actually do have something of intelligent life somewhere else, it's going to be a big deal. We're going to probably just be encountered by... I don't think it's going to be like, oh, something crash landed. Because I was watching somebody, and they're like, how is it that something that could travel multitude of light years just happens to crash land in our atmosphere? They've developed space travel, but they can't land a spacecraft.
Yeah, they suddenly can't land the spaceship on our planet.
Yeah, it's...
When we literally don't even have... When we really do not have that harsh of an atmosphere compared to like most other planets. Like Venus, for example. Like, as soon as you get through the atmosphere, whatever metallic anything's getting crushed because of how heavy that atmosphere is. Or you get into Jupiter, it's literally just a gaseous, like, literal void.
See you, Diesel.
Full of storms and stuff. And it has a huge gravitational pull. Okay, so we don't have that big of a gravitational pull. So it's like they can land on our planet very easily, especially like, you know, they traveled that far. Whatever planet they came from, who knows how their atmosphere is and everything else. Like, there's too many variables that they're just hard to buy on that theory. But speaking of them though, like, okay, so another thing, if they're a species that they can make it here, all right, their intelligence is far greater than ours because we have no idea how to travel like that. We don't know. So they are far greater intelligence than we are. And this segues into an AI video that I saw. Literal full AI video. And it was like basically like kind of what would happen if an alien species came to our planet today. And it started off with this thing. They show up in our skies and everything. We try to make contact with them. Russia doesn't like that we're trying to make... Russia and China don't like that we're trying to make contact with them, so they try to actively prevent us from making contact with them. Then they threaten us, and then we threaten them, and then it turned into... we sent an ambassador full of several different nations and everything, like, to meet up with the ship. Russia blows it up before it gets to the spaceship. And because of it, it's seen as like a major... they use nuclear technology to do it too. So they use it like the United States, Joe Biden, used it as for retaliation against Russia, and authorized us to launch nukes. We caused a nuclear war, or Russia basically caused a nuclear war through all this. And then in response, the aliens said that our species does not deserve life and we need to be cleansed. So then they kill us. They kill us all. Like, they wipe out the entire planet of human. And, like, they purposely target humans. And then they basically purified the planet to where it was only green. Like, we're talking trees, plants, and animals. That was it. No humans. And then they left our solar system.
How many ounces has Mike had tonight? Ounces of what? The peanut butter sandwiches?
I'm rambling? I wasn't rambling.
Maybe
You understood what I was saying. I'll link that AI video in the Discord later, mobiles, and you can watch it. But yeah, it was pretty. At least I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was an interesting video. And then
Jesus, mobiles.
But the alien species said they were going to copy our DNA though before we left. So they copied our DNA and then left our solar system. But yeah, they were just like, we don't deserve life because we cannot see. They're like, you cannot see beyond yourselves. It's like literally these aliens have like reached complete sentient like thought or whatever. So it's like we're a threat to not only other things outside of our solar system, we're a threat to ourselves. Which I believe that. I would believe that.
Oh.
The only question I really had for you, and this is something I want to know because I know you've seen these everywhere because of where we live. Okay, what is your opinion of people that have lifted trucks?
If you put, okay, I gotta be careful here because I know people watch us, but I don't see a point in actually doing anything to your vehicle that doesn't just help make it or stay maintained or help it run.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're gonna lift the truck up like that, I feel like you're accessorizing something that's an accessory. That makes sense. Like, what else could you have spent that money on?
In my opinion, it serves no purpose.
It doesn't. Yeah,
like literally, okay, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna just be fairly blunt. Anytime I see somebody with whether it's a diesel truck, regular truck, whatever, driving down with a big lifted body, I immediately just go, "Oh, there goes a douchebag."
The only time that I would ever see and say that it would be like necessary is I know sometimes they will lift vehicles like Jeeps, like Wranglers and stuff, because they're using it to drive through water or something like that to help get it up higher. Yeah, off-roading, something like that. That I can see. But if you're just driving down through the streets of a town and the thing is so stinking tall that you need a stepladder to get up in it, there's not because that's also another thing to me. Like when you see those motorcycles where they've got their arms like all the way up at the top and they're hanging on, like why would you do that?
I honestly believe that lifted trucks are today's version of those asshole motorcycle drivers. Like the ones that I'm talking about that have the loudest Harleys. You can hear them a mile away, and they're just revving their engines for no reason, and then they're driving down the road, going the speed limit, like roaring engine down the street, and you're just like, man, there goes a big douchebag, because it's it's not cool. That's what I literally think lifted trucks are the today's version of that, because that was popular. That was a big thing to do in the 80s, was to ride around a loud bike. Yeah. It was like now that it's kind of gone away. Like, yeah, there's still people that ride around their bikes. They're all old. They're all old people. You don't see young people doing it. If they want a bike, they get a crotch rocket.
Like cat eagle. Yeah, you're right, Dan. Patrick plus cat equals kisses, and yeah. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, mobiles, but whatever.
I need to check your camp. But yeah, like, I remember when I bought my truck, Justin was trying to talk me into getting it lifted, and I looked at him and said, "No."
Yeah, I don't
have a positive opinion of people that get their trucks lifted. Why in the world am I going to get my truck lifted when I don't even view it very positively to begin with anyway? Why would I do that?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I look at my vehicle as just a way to get from point A to point B or whatever. I don't look at it like this is what I'm going to spend all my time in. So
yeah, exactly. Like,
it's just like I'll throw a sticker on the back window or something here and there, just because. But I'm not going to accessorize it to the point where it's like Like even like I get that having those ground effect lights are cool on the vehicles and stuff. I get it that it looks neat.
Oh, I
but
hate those stupid
I
lights.
just don't see a point. You know, okay, it's I will say a little different. If you've got one of those old-timey hot rods that you're trying to make it look like a show vehicle, because you know where I live and you know what they do around this time of the year. If you're doing something like that,
how many weeks is that away?
2 or 3 weeks. It's at the end of this month.
Yeah.
So if you're doing something like that, okay, I can see that. But if you're just like driving down the road and you're in a Pontiac or something, you're like, I want to throw lights underneath my vehicle. Like I don't get it. I don't see a point like that. I don't. Sorry.
So in the military Discord that I'm in, well, I call it military Discord because they're all in the military, but it's not really a military Discord. It's just they're all in the military. They had a discussion the other day about anime stickers and anime wraps and what kind of cars those belong on. And one of the guys, he's got just a regular sedan, and he has some anime window stickers he wants to put on his car. And when the guys asked him what car he has, they instantly went, "That's trashy. Don't do that."
I feel like it's got to be a Nissan or something like that.
Yeah, they're like, now if you got a Honda Civic or you got like a Nissan or no, what is it? A Toyota Tundra? Not Tundra. Not that's the truck.
Yeah. The
Toyota whatever their sporty car is. I forget what it is. If you got one of those, it's like, yeah, do that. Like, a sporty looking car. Do that. Or BMW. If you got a BMW, do it on the BMW. But it's like, you just got like a little sedan? Oh, hey, dude, that's trashy as hell. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, unless you're going to get it professionally done, wouldn't put stickers on, like, anime stickers on your car look trashy to begin with anyway? But maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I guess it's to the taste. Like I feel like you could do it in a way that it's fine, but if you like over exaggerate or overdo it, it can just look bad.
Like what gets me is like I've seen them like in town, for example. Some of these dudes that put literal hentai stickers on their car, and I'm like, why? Like, what's the purpose of that? You're gonna just slap a whole porn sticker on your car. What? Like, why? Like that just not only does it make your car trashy, it makes you trashy.
Yeah.
Because you're basically saying, "Oh, I watch porn all the time. Look at me, guys. Woo!" And it's dumb. It's like, that's why like. So my first car ever I had bumper stickers, but they were all anti-government bumper stickers. And I did them to be edgy is why I did it. I did it because teenage me doesn't know what the fuck I'm doing or the fuck I'm talking about with the government. I just did it to be edgy because I thought it'd be funny. And sure enough, amongst my like friend group and church group, it got some stares because they were just like, "Why do you have this thing right here that is like real anti-government?" I'm like, "Why not?" Like, well, what's wrong with it? You got a problem against it? I don't see a problem against it. So because I didn't know any better, but like as I've gotten older, it's stupid. It's like, why am I gonna like literally putting a potential sticker on something on your vehicle could ruin like the value of your car?
Well, I mean,
so that's what I'm saying. Unless you get it professionally done, or it's something you can easily remove at a later date, like when you go to sell the thing. Then yeah, but if you're gonna like do something that's gonna like cause irreversible damage and cause your, like you go to sell the car and someone's like, I'm not buying it because you got that hentai sticker and it can't come off.
Right.
I'm not paying the price you want. I will pay $500 less or $1,000 less because of that sticker.
Mr. Bean's small car is convenient traffic.
To traffic. Is he talking about? You couldn't fit in a smart car.
No, it's a mini, like a little mini coupe.
Mini coupe.
Yeah, I think it only works for Mr. Bean though.
Didn't you have a mini coupe at one point?
No, I had a.
I thought you did.
I've had a Cavalier, and I had.
I remember that Cavalier. It was orange, wasn't it? That Cavalier was orange, right?
I don't think that was me.
I remember the Ranger.
Yeah, I had the Ranger. Before that, I think I was driving. We had an Impala, And then the Cavalier.
You traded Impala in for the truck.
Yeah, man, that Impala was bad. What did I have before?
Yeah,
that?
I think
had
you got lied to.
I did. I had a red truck, I think, before that. That's probably what you remember.
I thought you had a PT Cruiser before the HHR.
No PT Cruiser. We were looking at them, but no, I had like a little small red. I got rid of it because of a different situation. But it was a red Triton V8. So I can't remember exactly. It was Ford something. But
I remember that little Ranger that you had.
That thing was fine.
I used to like give you so much shit. I'm like, hey Patrick, look, it's leaning to the driver's side.
It was the leaf spring that was going bad, Mike. It wasn't my weight.
I remember the first time I said it to you too. You like, you busted out laughing so hard. Like you like laughed super hard that you said, fuck you, Mike. And like this is when I didn't know you very well either. I just fucking said it because to give you shit.
Yeah, it was
mainly because Justin was just like, hey, you can give Patrick shit, he ain't gonna care. I'm like, oh, okay. Hey Patrick, your fucking truck's leaning to your driver's side.
You know, the thing is like when Justin got me started to like screw with you, I didn't really know you that well. But I think that's what really rocketed our friendship along was the stupid crap me and you did back and forth to each other. I think that's what really.
You mean all three of us?
Yeah.
Like when we filled your locker with all those little packets of Caesar salad dressing.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
And we didn't check that locker for months.
Oh god!
And we had so many of those in there because we were eating 2 of those salads a day. Me and Justin were.
Gosh,
and so there was like probably about 30 to 40 of these things in that locker. And finally, I was just like, "Hey, Patrick, you should probably go check your locker. I think you forgot something there." And you open it up, and they were just all in there. And all we heard out of that back room was, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And then you tried to throw them away, and we stuffed them all in your lunchbox.
Yeah, and then I forgot about that.
You went to go eat lunch, and you opened it up and said, "What the hell is this? I didn't order these."
Yeah, we were. Oh my gosh.
I'll never forget that one Sunday where we were at work, all 3 of us, and you, for whatever reason, took your wallet out and left it out, went to the bathroom. Justin went through it and neatly put everything outside of your wallet. And you responded by taking something out of his bag, but you did it very messy like. So yeah. He was like, "Well, that ain't nice." Then the next moment you left your wallet out, he grabbed it and just chucked everything out of it. And so, in your response, you grabbed his bag and threw it under the work truck. And it took him 5 minutes to go get it. And then his response back was to throw a Papa John's breadstick at you. But not only did it miss you, it almost hit me, and we lost it behind the work desk.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we could never find it ever again. And I was like, "Why are you hitting me? I have nothing to do with this situation. Why are you chucking it at me?" He's like, "He moved." What do you? So he moved. You aim where he's moving. You don't aim at me. I was standing over here. He's over there. It's like he moved.
Yeah, it was
like,
unpredictable.
No, you were throwing it at me.
It was unpredictable. Like I got hit with that bologna piece with the mayonnaise on it on the side of my face.
Or he hit you with Twizzlers. Remember that too?
Oh god. Guys, listen, man, if you ever want to hit somebody with pain and with little effort, use one of those Twizzlers pull and peel. You would not believe the pain that thing does.
I remember Justin saying he hit you with it. And he was not expecting you to actually yelp in pain.
I did, man. He got me good, and I'm like, ah! And I had one, and I threw it. He tried to get around the corner. We were out at the outside building, and he was trying to get around the corner, and I got him right in his back before he did. It just like almost dropped him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the wind can go through all of those little tunnels through the thing and just pick up force. I don't know, but it hurts bad. It hurts more than it should. It doesn't. No, it does not look like it should hurt that much. Like if Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey would have used that, he would have been completely out of the whole S&M stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was bad. There was that. I remember the one time he was telling me that like there are some times that you won't notice things, and that he put like a bumper sticker on your car that had been there for a while before you ever noticed it. So we worked on this idea to like put signs in your car, and we got into. I think you were coming back from Truckgate or something like that, and we had put your name, like each letter on one piece of paper across your entire back window. And I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but Justin steps back to look, and he's like, I can't imagine a world in which Mike won't see this. And I don't know why. It was just so funny to me.
Yeah, I remember that, and that was the first thing I saw on my car when I got out to it. I was like, how do you expect me to see to back up?
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh, we had that flag on your car, and then like I said, I think it was the things like that. I think Justin helped bring us together, is what happened.
Yeah, I didn't know who you were too when you first started. I had to train you. Remember, I trained you out at Truckgate with one of our coworkers.
Yep.
And I didn't realize who you were and who you were related to until then. And then I remember asking and be like, "Oh, how did you put up with her?" And you just laughed. You were like, "Well, I don't let her live with me." I was like, you know, I was like, fair point. That's a very good point.
What was it? See, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, since we're talking about this, I'm not going to use the actual what was said, but when I look back, I feel like you were baiting me in a way, because you asked me, you were training me. So this is one of the first days I was there, and you asked me what my thought was on a certain type of people.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I remember.
All right. Nothing racist for context.
No.
And I told you my opinion. Little did I know who was working behind me at the other side. And I was sitting there thinking later on, I was like, that mother was baiting me.
That's a good point. I forgot that person still worked for them. I forgot.
Yeah, it's fine. It was pretty good, though. Oh, my gosh.
That would have been a mastermind move, though, if that was the case.
Like, my first day, I get fired.
No. I mean, like, no, if like my intention was to bait you like that, that'd be pretty funny.
So it felt like,
But no, there was no baiting going on.
No master, no novice.
Would have been the other guy, because he always, for a joke, would always say, "Why's it gotta be black? Why's it gotta be white?"
Yeah.
You remember him?
Yeah.
I remember one time he had it Uno reversed on him by the supervisor that worked for us at the time, and it was the most perfect Uno reverse I'd ever seen. And he Uno reversed him so hard he left the room. He literally he just gave a sheepish smile and just left the room.
Oh my gosh.
Because he had no reply. He's like, well, I have been thoroughly defeated.
Oh my gosh.
And you should have seen that supervisor too, his reaction when he walked out of their silence. He started jumping up and down like a freaking like literal monkey going like that.
Oh my god, Mike.
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. He was literally just so excited that he stumped him.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting tired.
You're getting tired.
Yeah, what time is it? It's close to 10.
It is 9:56.
I think we'll call it. I'm pretty much drained out. That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. What are you drained out of? Are you drained out of your sinuses? You drained out of your
I'm getting
your
old.
tear ducts? You drained out of your balls?
Wouldn't you like to know, you sick pervert?
You drained out of your sweat.
I'm gonna smack you. I drained out of my
if you were
energy.
if your GERD was acting up, you'd be drained out of your stomach acid.
I went to Walmart, man, and they had a Reese's Pieces costume, and I thought about getting that for you.
I was thinking you should wear it, but it'd probably give you GERD.
It probably. Well, I was gonna have you chase me around and be like, "No, I don't want GERD."
And then like what? Do like a little cut, like put some water in your mouth and go. Bleh.
We could.
I mean, you already. I see that you tried to upload the s'mores video and it got copyrighted right away.
Yeah, I tried to find audio that was. Patrick needs to make a Disney Snow White video. Oh,
Didn't
gosh.
you?
Not Snow White. Snow White's with the 7 dwarfs. I could just take 7 different versions of you, Mike, and shrink you down.
Or you know what you could do? You could have your wife wear the bandage mask, and you go to kiss the bandage mask.
What the hell? All right, that's enough for me tonight.
I suppose.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining in the stream. Hope you guys had fun, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and remember, you can pleasure yourself with R2-D2.
Screw you, Mike. God.
Did you end the stream already?
Doing so now. Good night.
Good night, guys.